Good day, everyone. So right now, I'll be discussing to you about the soil classification in the base of the USDA, which is the United States Department of Agriculture. Now, soil is more than just the dirt beneath our feet. No, it is just a foundation of buildings, plants, and of course, soil is one of the most important natural resources on Earth. Now, through understanding this, soil classification is very important, especially in agriculture and environmental studies. So we have here a question that why do we need to classify soils? Now it is a very important. It's because classification systems and taxonomic conventions, it helps us to describe soil in a standard way so it can be understood anywhere in the world. So soil classification, it is very important in several fields, and one of that is, as you can see, no, this is for the agriculture. So why in agriculture? It's because it helps farmers to identify whether the soil is clay, sandy, or loamy. Then after that, they're going to determine the fertility level of that soil. Then after they are going to determine the fertility of that soil, then they choose a right crops. And then after that, they will going to apply a correct fertilizers. Now, like for example here, the rice, no, ang rice, we know that ang rice it will grow in a clayey soil. While ang root crops, it will prefer for a well-drained loam. So that is for the agriculture. The second one is for construction and engineering. So soil classification, it helps to determine if the soil kay makasupport ba na siya sa building, roads, or bridges, no? And also, it will going to prevent the foundation failure and to reduce a risk of landslides. So that's why it is very important for a construction and engineering part. Then the third one is environmental management. So it helps to identify the erosion prone areas, no, plan proper land use to protect water resources and conduct environmental impact assessment. So diri ana mo sulod ang environmental impact assessment sa environmental management. Then after that for land use planning. No, in land use planning where the governments kasi kay sometimes no they use soil data for zoning, no irrigation, planning and managing forest and protected areas no kanang mga if kana ba siya dirang area kay it is good ba nga tayuan na siya og building no something inana. So that is no why do we need to classify soils. So next is that we have here a modern soil classification system. Now we have here a Russian soil scientist. He is Vasily Vasilievich Dokuchaev. So this modern system, no, it was developed by the Soil Survey staff. Now was adopted in 1965 in the United States, and it is a comprehensive, scientific, and internationally recognized system that is still used today. Okay, so next is that we have here a soil type. Now, in a soil type, we have a pedon and the epipedon. Now, when we say pedon, now of course, it is the smallest three-dimensional unit of soil that can be studied and described. So, when we say three-dimensional unit, it has a length, width, and height. So, that is the it represents as a completed soil profile. Now, it extends from the surface down to a parent material. Kibale, kaning pedon, that is pa-vertical na siya nga classification of the soil per vertical siya. No, another this one is the other way on how to identify the soil. Then the next one is we have the epipedon. Well, epipedon, it is the uppermost soil horizon. No, this is a surface layer that is used for classification. Now, of course, this epipedon is where we can we can see the how the plants grow, the roots of the plants. No, it is the top layer of the soil lang siya. Kibali na lang siya sa top layer of the soil. And it has a distinct physical and chemical properties. So, diri sa epipedon, we can identify the color, texture, the structure, and organic matter content. Like for example, here we have the molek epipedon and the auric epipedon. So the color aning molek epipedon, that it is a dark color, while the auric it is a light color lang siya. So that is the soil type. And later on, kay ma-mention na with the following mga slides aning pipitin na mo. Okay, so now we have here the USDA soil classification, and it has a 6 categories, no? And it is a order, suborder, the grade group, subgroup, family, and the series. Now, when we say order is identified by the word ending sol. No, like for example, alfisol. Well, the suborder, it is the basis of properties that influence the soil formation. And the great group is that it is the basis and the similarities of horizon percent of the soil. While ang subgroup, it is defined by the great group, no, which is na siya word nga typic or the typical, no, that is a subgroup. While the family, of course, it is established within our subgroup of the basis physical or chemical properties, no, along with the other characteristics that affect management. And the last is we have the series. Now, in series, it is consists of soils within a family that have the horizon similar to a color, texture, structure, reaction. So, inana ang series. Now, the order is the broadest category that reflects dominant, no, in a soil forming process, while the series is the most specific level. We have here the United States Department of Agriculture Soil Texture Triangle. So soil texture rate refers to the degree of fineness or coarseness created with the close packing of variously sized particles together in a soil. So this one is the one way in how to identify the soil. No, from the fineness, it is a soil with a very small particles. An example of that is the clay. While the coarseness, a soil that has a large particles, and one of the example of that is the sand. So we already know about the fineness and coarseness. So right now, it is determined by the relative proportion of sand, silt, and clay in a soil. Now, when we say sand, it is a large particles, it feels rough, drains the water fast, while the silt, it is a medium particles that it feels smooth, and the clay, it is a very small particles and it feels sticky that it can hold waters. Now, aside from that, no, in the left side and the right side, we have here the triangle. Now, inside of our triangle, we have a clay loam, and the loam type of a soil. Now, these are the 12 textural classes that have been identified. No, they are from the coarse to fine. So, these are the bases later that kanang atong i-identify nga mga soil. It's because later on there are mga given nga mga percent of the sand, silt, and clay that we are going to uh, identify. Now, we have here a soil textural triangle. Now, as you can see, we have here a triangle. Now, inside of our triangle, there is a clay loam, and so on and so forth. And that is what I've said earlier, that these are the 12 classified nga mga type of soil. Now, after that, no, through this one, kay diri ta maka-identify if ato abang percent of clay, silt, and sand, kay it is a clay loam ba siya or loam lang siya. But aside from that, now let's identify kung asa padulong ta mag-draw og line. So first, we have a clay. So in our clay, kay there is a color red no inside of our triangle. And ang color red kay pa horizontal siya gikan sa left padulong sa right. So horizontal kibali ang clay ang pag-draw nato sa line. While the sand, it is slant to the right or slant to the left. No, always ka mag-start sa baba, no, slant to the left or slant to the right. While our silt is gikan siya sa taas, no, galing siya sa taas pababa. So always yun na nga ang silt kay gikan jud na siya sa taas sa right padulong sa ubos. So paslant gyapon siya. So right now, for us to understand, let's have an example. Now, are you ready to classify soil? Now, classify this following soil using the USDA textural classification chart. So, as you can see, we have here the two examples on how we can identify our soil. Now, we have the soil A and our soil B. And first is, let's proceed now with our soil A. Now, in our soil A, we have a percent of the sand, silt, and clay. Now, in this percent, through this percent, we can identify and what is the type of our soil that we have, no? Pinaagian nga percent. So first is we have the percent of sand. Now, where is our sand? So this one is our sand. The sand is we have a 30%. Now 10, 20, 30. So pasilan siya padulong sa taas. So that is our sand. The next one is our silt. No, our silt kay naadere. No, the silt is we have a 40%. So, ubos siya. Then, the clay is, diba, yung ko nga horizontal ang clay. So, the clay is we have a 30% and always na siya mag-start sa left to the right. So, kay nag-intersect naman na sila. So, after this mga line nga nag-intersect, then that is our soil nga atong na-classified, which is the clay loam. No? Our soil A is clay loam. Then the next one is our soil B. No? Our soil B, we have a percent of sand, which is the 55%, no, nara, 55% of our sand. Then the next one is we have our silt, no, the 5% of our silt, so padara siya. And the next is our clay. No, the clay is we have a 40%, 40%, nara, 40% is horizontal siya. And pag mag-intersect na sila, then that is your soil classification nga mong na classified. So that type of soil, no, is a sandy clay. So that is the example of how we can use this triangle. Okay, so we have here the three main concepts of a soil classification. First, the soil habitat for crops, which focuses on the agricultural productivity. Second is the soil is a weathered rock mantle, which emphasizes the geological region. The third is the soil is a natural bodies, introduced by Vasily Vasilyevich Dokuchaev, and he explained that the soil forms through the interaction of climate, organisms, parent material, relief, and time. And that is for my part. Thank you for listening, guys.